Hey everyone, being a software developer, one of the main languages I use is Python. It's an extremely popular language. I think it's second or third most popular language currently in use. And it doesn't seem to be going anywhere fast. Really popular one for automating stuff, and also if you're thinking about getting into the data science arena. Python's pretty much exclusively used. It's a very versatile language. It can be literally used for pretty much absolutely anything you can think of. And there's absolutely tons and tons of modules for Python that pretty much help you do pretty much anything that you can think of. If you can think of something that you want to do in Python, there's probably a module that will help you get to whatever you want to do. But when you're learning Python, and you're probably not too concerned with modules, I started learning Python about 3 or 4 years ago, and there was a couple of books that were recommended to me that I just wanted to let you know about in this video. So let's get in. So there's a few different ways to learn how to program and learning new programming languages, and it's a big help if you can just work out what works for you. Then it makes it infinitely easier to learn new programming languages. When you are picking up a new language, 90% of the time, all of the programming fundamentals are basically the same. So once you know the fundamentals, then picking up other languages is inherently easier because most of the basics, you just mimic the knowledge that you already have. But anyway, when I started to learn Python 3 about 3 or 4 years ago, I always like to start, if I'm learning a new language, just with a book so I can read through it at my own pace, more skim read it rather than read it word by word. But when I was learning Python, the book that kept getting recommended to me was this book, which was Learn Python 3 the Hard Way. The tagline of the book is a very simple introduction to the terrifying, beautiful world of computers and code. And that's probably as much of a description as you actually need. The author of the book, Z.A. Shaw, also has book for Ruby, C, and an additional book for Python as well. The premise of this book is to teach you like a basic area of how to do something in Python, and then you go through 3 or 4 exercises doing it again. You then do it again, then you do it again, then you do it again. For example, like one of the first exercises that it makes you do is printing things to screen using the Python print function, which is a very common used function that pretty much everyone uses all the time. But it has, once you've read through the chapter, actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 examples and 10 exercises on printing and using the print function in Python. So it really drills it into you, like how to use each and individual kind of basic module that comes bundled with Python to really build up your familiarity with the basics of Python. It's not a long book. It's only about 280 odd pages. So it doesn't actually take you a long time to read this book. You can probably skim read it quite easily in a day to a day and a half if you're quite a fast reader. I would encourage you to go through the exercises if you've not got any program experience at all. Definitely do the exercises because, as the name suggests, the hard way is basically drilling into you like how to do absolutely everything in Python. It's multiple exercises on the same topic. It does get a little bit repetitive once you're on the 10th exercise of doing the same thing. You're a bit bored, but it gets you to where you need to be and definitely covers the basics of what Python is and general Python functionality. The second book, if you're looking to learn Python and actually pick up physical books to read or learn from, is the one that I used was Automate the Boring Stuff with Python. This book is amazing by Al Sager. It's really, really thick. It's over 400 pages long, 455 pages. Anyway, as the name suggests, it teaches you how to go about automating some of the more monotonous and mundane tasks you might do in day-to-day life, and teaches you how to go about automating them. It does go through all the basics again at the start, just like the Python 3 the hard way, so it is a good recap. But once you get nearer to the end of the book, it covers things like web scraping, writing to and from files, copying files and whatnot, emailing, texting, all sorts of interesting things that you don't generally see learning book, like manipulating images and various things that I have used quite a lot in my day-to-day job as a software engineer. And if it wasn't for this book, I generally really wouldn't have any idea how to do it. I would say with this book, keep an eye out on the Learn Python subreddit, which I'll put a link in the description for. A lot of times the Udemy codes for this course are free, so you can pick up the course online, and it just goes through it's the actual instructor, the author of the book that instructs the course. And he just goes through each step of the book. I actually read this book, and then I read this book. And then I later read this book again, but I followed the Udemy course along, and it really helped me. It was really good, actually, and I would recommend it. That's all I've got today. Thank you for watching. If you are enjoying these videos, I'm trying to release one a week. Please like and subscribe below. And if you have any questions, just please leave a comment, and I'll get back to you. I promise I will. Thanks very much. Bye.